Alright guys, welcome aboard. It's been a little while. Been taking a little break and I am back. I'm going to do a quick test flight here today. This should be a short video. What I ended up doing is I actually purchased XVision for my shaders and all that stuff in X-Plane, and boy does it look good. I just bought it the other day and I was taking a quick look at it yesterday. You know, we here in Southern California, we're getting a little bit of rain, so there's clouds and all that stuff. I did a few test flights just to see how things look, and boy, did they look great. So far, I'm really enjoying XVision. So it is raining in Southern California, not here in San Diego at the moment, where we're sitting on the GA ramp over at the Lindbergh Field. So let's jump into the old 550 here, take a quick hop and see what it looks like. Now, let's get all set up over here. Like I said, it's gonna be a quick flight. We're just gonna just see how the clouds look and everything, because like I said, it's pretty dreary. It's one of those completely overcast type days. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the doors here. Wait, we'll give us a little bit of fuel here, and we'll leave the sounds all up at the moment. Let's get everything fired up over here. Not really going off of you know, real world procedures here today. This is just to take a look and see how well, that's loud. Take a look and see how XVision looks with these clouds. I think we're ready to fire her up. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get up here. And when that's firing up, we can go ahead and put this on. Double check our oxygen. I don't think we're going to go up too high. I'm thinking I'm just going to scoot over to Palm Springs. I'm going to go up to 12,000 feet. And we'll set that at 2,500. 180 for the speed looks good. Hopefully this isn't too loud. I'll turn it down here in a sec. I'm not even going to do any flight planning. Actually, you know what? I guess I will just add a waypoint. Whatever. We'll just do a direct flight. So let's do K San Diego, and we're going to go to Palm Springs, which is KPSP. There we go. Off we go. Get the autopilot set here. Let's get our beacons on, taxi light on, and let's get on out of here. I'm going to set my trim tab down here just a little bit up, flaps to take off, and we're ready to roll. Brakes off. Go right to the runway right here. And again, I'll turn down the sound here as soon as we get off the ground. Looks like we'll have a little bit of a tailwind for our departure here. Okay, landing light on. Not going to even bother with transponder or anything. Look at that wind. This should be an interesting departure here. Alright, flaps are set. Trim tab is set. And the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over to our GPS nav here. Turn those two off. Alright, let's power her up and get out of here. Takeoff power is set. Got the bump in the runway right there. And there's 90 knots. Let's go ahead and rotate. Gear up. Kind of look around and see how these shaders are doing. Retrim here. It's a little bumpy departing out of here. Let me go ahead and turn that sound down a little bit now. Flaps up. And it's mainly raining in Los Angeles, Riverside County, so we're going to head up into that rain. And probably hit some of it when we get into Palm Springs. Let's turn on our heading here. Let's go ahead and hit Flight Director on. And you can see, I'm just looking out at the horizon here, level the wings here a bit, looking very nice. And I was testing this out with the time set right around sunset and all that. Boy, did it look fantastic. A couple little quirks where, you know, stuff kind of reset, especially when the weather updates and stuff, you know, the sort of view changes a little bit. And the only other thing I did notice is, at least the way my setup is right now, you can see the clouds. You don't really see the clouds off in the distance. So I think that's an X-plane thing. I'm not sure how to change that, but let's look up a little bit. Look at that. That looks gorgeous. See all the different cloud layers and everything. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hit autopilot here. Get that big jerk. And we're going to hit nav. As soon as the nav comes in a little bit here. Right now I'm just going to hit heading hold. So center heading hold, go to heading hold there. And let's take a look around here as we climb out through the clouds over Miramar. Definitely looking gorgeous here. Still get a little bit of the, you know, clouds sort of wrapping around your little cone, but the cone appears to be much smaller around the airplane, so you don't really notice it when you're in the cockpit. You do kind of notice it, obviously, when you're climbing out through the clouds, looking off the nose like this. And I think we're coming up to our course here, so I'm going to hit nav, let that take over. And I'm going to go ahead and hit indicated airspeed, so we'll go up to 180. The moon, I think. Did we see the moon someplace? I thought I saw it. Maybe it was on the horizon. I can't remember. Some more clouds popping in here. Alright, let's zoom out, and you can see it's going to be a short hop. Coming up to our altitude here, so we should be in the clouds the whole time. I'm going to go ahead and bump it up to 250 for our airspeed. And we're going to hit auto throttle. Though we should stay. Oop, look at that, there we go. Clouds popping in. And I'm using, like I said, I'm using the new XVision to do all the shading, and then I am using what is it, FS Global Real World Weather to actually inject the weather, and so that's when it's updating. I think it's like every 5 minutes or something is when I have it set to. But even here, where it's local time is what, 9:30-ish a.m. Very nice. And let's go ahead and turn down our interior sounds here. It's that wind noise, drives me bananas. I usually put it down after takeoff. Unfortunately, that also controls your, you know, like your call-outs from, I forgot what the system's called, you know, when you're descending and it's giving you, you know, 1,000 feet and so forth. So I keep that on when I'm taking off, and I turn up the interior sounds again when I'm on the approach. Here, so this might be a little loud. I'm going to go outside and do a flyby first. And then we'll go take a look at an exterior view here. Back it out a little bit. Some weather updates again. flights are about 50 miles out of Palm Springs here. We'll do a visual coming down into. You can see some of the rain showers here showing up on our display. Yeah, very nice. I think I'm liking XVision. Like I said, there's a few quirks in it, and it may not be XVision. It's maybe just be the way that you know, I have X-plane set up, where especially in the evening, you know, when the sun's going down. I noticed yesterday because I did a flight from Phoenix to San Diego just to see what it looked like, and boy, it looked gorgeous. I can't wait to do a couple of evening flights when there's some clouds and stuff. But boy, it looked fantastic. Now the solution, if you're familiar with XVision, I'm using their default spectacular solution, you know, which is set to kind of be hyper realistic, but kind of on the really I think colorful side. But yeah, what I was saying about the little quirks and things, especially in the evening, I noticed on the flight that I did yesterday, I think it's when the clouds update or when the sun sort of goes down. So, you know, the sun's going down and it's progressively getting a little bit darker and a little bit darker. And then you're kind of in and out of cloud layers. So it's changing the amount of light and the coloration, and sometimes it was a little bit abrupt, you know, like I'd be flying and all of a sudden it was big, spectacular, gorgeous sunset, and then I would go through just a small cloud layer, like a thin, wispy one, and all of a sudden it just went completely gray, kind of, you know, and then would pop back out. So a little quirky like that, but I mean, overall, I think the look of it is spectacular, just like the solution is called. Now we should be pretty good here at 12,000 feet. Not going to run into any mountains or anything like that. We can always take a look at the map here. Here we go. Zoom out a little bit here. And again, we're going to descend and do a just a visual look here. Visual approach is what I mean. And we're not even up that high. When you get up higher, you know, I did see previously there were, you know, nice cirrus clouds and everything like that. And I know it doesn't really. It's X-plane. It's doing the clouds. I don't think it's XVision. I don't know. Yeah, go figure. There's so many little quirks, and you know, the different plugins and everything else that are working in X-plane. You know, I do have my my FPS plugin here that's adjusting things as we go. I might do a test by just disabling that and see if it makes a big difference. But I had to play around with it. Initially I installed it and I tried running it along with, what is it, Ultra Weather, which also touches on, I think, some of the shaders and stuff like that. And I was getting weird things with the clouds and everything, so I removed Ultra Weather. And so this is, as far as I can tell, this is just XVision with the default cloud types and things like that. Yeah, we're kind of looking off the nose here. And you can see some of the shaders are changing by cloud layer. That's another one of the little can't talk today. Quirks that I found. You saw it looked sunny, and then all of a sudden it just changed to kind of cloudy or whatever, you know, down below. maybe because we're getting into more cloud cover here, and then all of a sudden X-Plane and XVision are like, you know, gotta darken it up underneath the clouds. I can live with that, just because of, you know, again, like I said, this is a unusually cloudy day. There's some spinning clouds there as we go underneath them. Hopefully that will get fixed with some more updates to X-Plane. I don't know what Vulcan's going to do, and even the developer here, you know, for XVision, they definitely say, you know, they're touching on shaders and things like that that are not you're not supposed to touch, in effect, you know, per laminar research here, so that it may break. XVision may break at any time if you know, if X-Plane doesn't update and changes stuff around. But we'll see how it works with when Vulcan comes out. I'm just going to scoot over the top of this mountain, and I'm actually going to go. Let's see, what are we at? We're about 30 miles, 20 miles to Palm Springs. I'm going to go to heading hold here, so I'm going to click heading hold, and we're actually going to come out a little bit around this side, because I don't want to go right to the airport. We're going to actually descend down to the south side of the airport. And you can tell, look at back there, once we get around this cloud, there's some, you know, the shading going on with the sunlight. So it's lighter right there. That's actually sunlight poking down. Keep turning us a little bit to the south. We should start seeing Palm Springs down here somewhere. Alright, I'm going to kill the autopilot, kill the flight director, take the yaw dampener off. Don't need that right now. Let's go ahead and start our descent. I'm going to go ahead and power back. And there's Palm Springs Airport. But we're here to look around at the scenery. Look at that. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Just the shading that it does here. I don't know, it just looks so damn crisp. The scenery looks crispier. Does that make sense? You can see the shading's kind of changing here as we get sort of below a cloud layer here or something. That's one of those quirks where it may be not working 100% perfectly. It's kind of changing as you go, but the overall effect is fantastic. I'm loving it. All right, let's power off quite a bit here. Looking over at Coachella, and then there's Salton Sea back there. There's our airport. Let's take a look at our winds. I think winds are, well, we get a crosswind either way we go here. Let's power all the way back. Make our steep descent here. I think we're going to have a crosswind no matter which runway we go on here. So I'm going to see if we can't make it into a straight in right here. Low enough. Get ourselves slowed down here. Then again, we're a little bit too close, so we'll go downwind here and then come around. Although it looks like wind-wise, doesn't change too much. Might actually get a little bit of a tailwind here. do a short approach to whatever the larger runway here. I can't remember the exact number. Alright. On the, well, downwind. We're actually going upwind now. Oh well. We're going to land with the tailwind. Alright, let's go gear down. Landing light on. Get the first notch of flaps out. And, like I said, let's go ahead and turn up the interior sounds here. Now turn up the volume overall just so you can hear everything. See all that rain out on the display here. Just coming into Palm Springs, so I think we're going to be good. Alright, short approach. Bring the power back, go to full flaps. It'll be right around 100, between 90 and 100 when we touch down. Since it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a tailwind, I'll try to keep it at about 90-ish.
1,000.
And there's that call out. Like I said, if you don't have the interior turned up, you won't hear that. Alright, gear is down, 3 green. Flaps are set, we're clear to land. Let's keep turning around here. Right at 100. Bring the power up a bit.
500.
Right on the mappy lights with the 10 knot tailwind.
400. 300. 200. 100.
Gonna land just a little bit long here.
40. 30, 20, 10,
'Kay, flaps up, heavy on the brakes there. Plane doesn't know which way to weather vane here since we got a straight tailwind. Alright guys, welcome to Palm Springs. And like I said, it's going to be a short flight here, and really just kind of taking a look to see what the weather looks like with XVision here. So don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I promise I will have a lot more videos coming up here shortly. Alright guys, until next time, take care.